On his first day at work, the bodyguard discovered that the president had mysteriously died in his room. His mind went completely blank for a moment, but he immediately began to carefully examine the crime scene, determined not to miss any clues. 2 half-finished glasses of red wine on the table, along with a pair of golden earrings, indicated that a woman had been there the night before. He then went to the inner room and found that the safe had been opened and its contents were missing. It was clearly a premeditated assassination. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Mark did not report to his superiors. Instead, he immediately informed his team to secretly lock down the entire villa. After completing this, he hurried to the security room to review all the surveillance footage from the house the previous day. And indeed, he saw a woman enter the room at night. After the woman left, the president went downstairs and had 2 drinks with his father, returning to his room only around 10 in the evening. The last person he saw before going to sleep was, in fact, Mark himself, and they even talked for more than 10 minutes. From this, it appeared that the woman had no time to commit the crime, while Mark himself became the prime suspect. But only Mark knew this was impossible. To quickly uncover the truth, he called his partner Andy, who had just finished his shift. They had once been comrades in arms, and Andy was now the only friend he could trust. After quickly explaining the situation, Mark instructed Andy to quietly inspect every room in the villa, but not to take photos or make any records. Memorize everything mentally. Meanwhile, Mark returned to the security room and had the staff review the late-night surveillance. And indeed, anomalies were discovered. After talking with the president the previous night, Andy had come to take over the watch. The footage showed that during the first half of the night, Andy patrolled normally, but in the late hours, he slept on the sofa for an hour and a half. A sharp-eyed staff member noticed from the reflection on the glass behind the TV that shortly after Andy fell asleep, the TV screen froze, only resuming an hour later. Andy then woke up, and half an hour later, the next shift came to take over the monitoring. During this time, Andy had been asleep the entire time, indicating that someone had tampered with the footage. The person working in the security room during that critical period was Lucy, who was still unaware of what had happened, only sensing that something serious was afoot. Andy, however, instructed her to stay calm. At this moment, Mark suddenly approached. He told Lucy to notify everyone of the president's death and immediately trigger the red alert. Once the alert was activated, the entire villa was fully locked down. Another team of agents quickly took control of the scene, while Mark and his team were prohibited from approaching the crime scene. Clearly, everyone there was a suspect, but Mark, being the last person to see the president, became the primary subject of questioning. The agents demanded that he recount his conversation with the president from the previous day. However, upon seeing the lead investigator, Mark immediately recognized him as the owner of the golden earrings found in the room. Yet this person was now an investigating officer. Mark had no choice but to cooperate fully. The night before, when he met the president had been slightly drunk and kept inviting him in to listen to music. Mark, however, declined, citing work obligations. The president then took a black box from the safe, claiming it contained the latest confidential news, and again invited him to watch, but Mark firmly refused. This frustrated the president, who had once been saved by Mark from a bullet and had treated him well, bringing in top medical teams and granting him several weeks of paid leave.